Hello, and welcome back. Guys, I'm really excited. We have been working on this Spider-Man painting, and I think maybe we'll be able to get it done today. We just have a few final details to add into it. Yeah, and we'll be done. I'm really proud of it. I think it's looking pretty good for our first one. Renee's here, what's up? What happened? Did you host? And then it messed up or something? Sometimes that happens. But don't worry about it. Just glad you're here. Happy to see you. Hope you had a good day. My day was fine. I actually felt like work went pretty quick. The next thing I knew, it was like time to go. And I was just like, where did the time go? Hammer Fury, what's up? Hello. Welcome. Very excited to see everybody. So, yeah, I mean, just like a little bit of details, and then we're basically done. I might touch up a couple of things with the area around him. I don't know if I still like the clouds, but I'm not really sure how to fix them because it doesn't work like regular oil paints work like I'm used to, so I'll probably have to try something different. I might need to repaint this whole thing. I might need to make some more color and then do the clouds while it's still wet, so I can get some blending in. So I might have to paint like an area, do the cloud, paint another area, do the cloud, something like that. But yeah, I mean, Spider-Man's basically done. Just like those little details, but I mean, he's looking pretty good. We got all the shading in. We did like all the shading yesterday. I'm really liking how it turned out. For my first character, I think it looks pretty cool. Do you think it would be cheaper to use frosting? I don't know. I think she made her frosting, or I don't know. I think it would be. I think it would be harder, and then like I don't think it would last forever, especially if it got too hot. I imagine it would just melt, probably flake off and stuff like that. But yeah, that picture came out pretty cool. So there's this girl on YouTube that followed along with the Bob Ross tutorial, but she has a baking channel, so she painted everything in frosting. It came out really good. It came out looking pretty good. She did a great job. I just don't know how well that would keep up. I'm not really sure. Okay, let's see. Let's get rid of this music. And I had some other music. There we go. Let's play this music. Hopefully that's not too loud. Let me make sure I got all my screens up that I need. I can see all the chats and everything. Yesterday the music like paused, which I didn't even realize that it happened until I went to go like put all my stuff away. And I saw that it had paused. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know how long I was into the stream before it stopped, but it did. Possibly we all would have to lick your paintings we buy from you if you use frosting. The painting would get ruined. Then it'll be like all old and gross and hard. Okay, I feel like I do want to repaint the sky background. I'm just not sure what to do about it. I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna try it. I think I can do better, and I think it'll help the painting overall. Get all this junk that's out from in here. Where's my scraper? Let's see if I can get some of this excess paint off. Now that it'll all had more time to dry. But yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this yesterday. It was a very cool, chill stream. I wanted to finish this, which I'm hoping we can do today. Fingers crossed. Just cleaning all the little paint particles out of my, I don't know what this is. Just like a little tin thing. I got it at the craft store, so I guess it is a palette, but I don't know. Whatever, it's what I'm using. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit of alizarin crimson. I'm pretty sure this is the colors that I used last time. So I got alizarin crimson here. And some of that cad red, which looks kind of orangey. Equal parts, I would say. And I'm gonna get some white also. So I'm gonna need that for the clouds when I'm ready to do them. It may laugh because of the food coloring. I suppose you could be right. Definitely only time will tell. And I'm gonna use some of this medium here. So there's my paint colors. I've got white, the reds. I'm gonna use this matte fluid. I'm just gonna put it in there. This kind of thins out the paint. It's gonna let it spread a little bit better. Let's see. I'll just use this. I'm just gonna mix it up with my palette knife here. Just mix all that up. Hopefully I've made enough. It's really hard if I don't make enough to make the exact same color again. So I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. I'm gonna use a bit more paint here. So I'm gonna get the same two colors and just add some more of it. So that's the hard part about this, is that that background color is all like one solid color. So if I don't make enough and I have to make more, if I don't make it exactly the same, it'll stand out and you'll be able to tell. So I'm really just gonna try to hopefully do a good job and get it enough. Get this all mixed in. I think it might be a little too dark, so I'm gonna take just a bit of white, a bit more, mix it in there, try to lighten it up a little bit. I think that's okay. I don't want it to look like his suit. I want his suit to definitely be a different shade. So yeah, I'm gonna give that a go. I'm gonna use this brush. Pretty good. So this is like an angled brush, which will help me kind of get in there and around him. And I'm gonna dip that in a little bit of water. And we're just gonna use this. I think actually I want a bit more of the matte. Just a few drops. Get that all mixed up. I'm just mixing this up with the brush real fast. I still hope that I have enough paint. I'm still getting used to this and learning like how much paint I need and how far it will go, because it's different than oil paints and it travels differently, so you know, time will tell. Nice win! Okay, so I'm just gonna start over here and paint this area, and then before it dries, I'm just going to cover that up. Before it dries, we'll add in the clouds. Because I want this to be wet so that I can blend. I'll worry about some of the details later, but I just want to got some paint on my brush and I want to smear this stuff out a little bit without actually touching him and messing him up, messing up all my beautiful detail work we did yesterday. Okay, so I got that in there. I'm gonna switch over to our trusty brush. No particular reason why. I'm still learning the different brushes and how they work and stuff, so I'm just gonna dip it in a little bit of water. And let's see if this works better now. Just add this back in. Get a bit more color here. Now I've got, this is called a mop brush. It's kind of just like a big fluffy brush, and you want this to be completely dry. And this is going to be how I blend this out. Let's hope this works correctly. Everything's wet, so I'm hoping it works correctly. Alpha Dog Gamer, what's up? How's it going? Happy Monday. Just gonna try to kind of blend this around. I'm gonna use a paper towel. I don't know if I can get these to clean off the paint off of this brush as I'm going. I don't want to pick up too much paint. I just want to kind of blend this all out while everything's still wet. And I'm still learning about blending with acrylics. I think that might look a little better. I want to wet it down. I don't have a very good like mister spray. The spray bottle that I have is like a little too harsh. Maybe I can do a little bit, keep that from running. But it needs to stay moist so that the technique works, which hopefully I'm doing correctly. I'm gonna go back and add in a bit more white areas. Let's just blend that out. Okay, I'm gonna take a different brush here. Kind of clean up the water. Something like that. Alright. I think that's a bit more of what I was looking for. Okay. I'm gonna go back into the red and we're gonna come over here. We're gonna do it again. One day I'll get all the tips and techniques down, but I am definitely still learning at this point, and I've got a lot to learn. Okay, so while that's still wet, let's add our cloud. Clouds are easier for me in oils, but we'll get used to this. It takes practice. Even the oils took practice. Still learning a lot, but I don't know, it's still fun. Okay, let's get that brush back. Coming along good, thank you. Just gonna try to blend this out a little bit. I'm trying to do this very, very lightly. Out there. That always happens. Let's blend this out. Okay. I think that looks better. I'm just taking a clean brush, come up here and just clean that up a little bit. I feel like I didn't make enough of that red paint. I feel like I'm already getting pretty low. I'm gonna spray it, wet it down a little bit. It might be starting to dry. Acrylics dry so fast. I had your cat's attention. Okay, so let's come over here. Let's get this. I'm doing all the big spots with the clouds first. And then I'll go back and get all the detail because this is gonna dry differently than what's already on there. So I want to do the clouds while the paint is still wet. Some more like definite white areas instead of it just being like a big pink blob. What'd I do with my big brush? Now I need it. I don't know where I set it down. Okay, here it is. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing and just kind of try to blur out the bottom in my basic brush strokes. I'm just try to do this before it dries. And this stuff dries really quickly. Now I'm trying to be very, very light. My touch. Very light. I think I like that. All right. That was the hard part. Hard part's done. I can clean this out. This brush is basically no good to you once it's wet. It just doesn't work the same. I really should probably have more than one of them, but I only have the one. She's sitting in your lap watching me. Nice. You gotta scratch your head for me. I can clean this brush too. Something that I don't think I've mentioned is that if you're using acrylic paints, sometimes people get in a bad habit of like leaving their brushes in the water. Don't do that. That will mess up your brushes. Don't just leave them sitting in the water. Even for a few minutes, the water will soak into the bristles and then they will fray and they won't be the same. So don't do that. You just clean them with the water, rub them on a paper towel, and then set them out, lay them flat. Don't like stick them in a hole or something. Some of these brush cleaning kits that are out there, they've got little holes that you can potentially put your brushes in. Don't put your brush in that, because if there is any water on it and your brush is sitting up like that, the water will run down and it could mess it up that way too. Because it could still run down and get somewhere you don't want it to be. Just a little tip I heard. Thought I would pass it on in case anybody else is thinking about taking a painting, which I would recommend because it's very relaxing. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it, so you guys might enjoy it too. And it is possible to get into acrylic painting without breaking the bank. There's a lot of different paints out there, a lot of different canvases. Don't get like the super cheap stuff, because that stuff's cheap for a reason. You know, the quality is just not going to be as good. But you don't have to buy the most expensive stuff either to get something nice. You could start off just painting on a paint pad. And there'll be a lot of pages in there that you can use. You don't have to worry about buying the canvases, which are a bit more expensive. If you just get like a decent paint pad, you can paint on that. Just get like a basic brush kit. Find some brushes that you like. And I would get decent paint. I mean, the basics line, the Liquid Tech basic line, is really not that expensive if you just get a few colors. You know, I would just probably get the primaries and like white and black. You could do a lot with that on its own at first and build up to more colors as you go. You know, get a couple of different blues, maybe a couple different greens or reds. But other than that, I mean, if you just start off with a few basics, you can learn how to mix your own colors, which is really the best thing to do. Yeah, I ran out of this paint color. I'm gonna have to make more, and hopefully I can make it the same. I think I used equal parts, so shouldn't be too bad. It's like a tiny bit of red or white in there. So let's make a little bit more of this. You finished Babylon 5 Season 1? Nice! That's great, Peter. How'd you like it? I need to check it out. I really do. There's a lot of shows I wanna catch. Just never have enough time. And the shows that have like multiple seasons sometimes can be really intimidating, because it's like, oh gosh, I'm gonna be like watching this show forever before I finish it. I'm so behind. I want to use a different palette knife. So I used this one originally to mix up my paint, and it's so wide that a lot of the paint just stuck to it. I didn't really like that. So I've got a much skinnier one here that I'm going to use instead. I'm going to mix up the paint with that. A couple of drops of my matte medium. Most of my white is dried. I'm just mixing this up right here, if we can still see. Okay, I'm hoping that this is, I mean, it looks pretty close to the color I started off with, so hopefully it'll work. It's funny, like, that's exactly what I was saying, that like, you want enough so that you don't have to worry about making more, because it's going to be really hard to like eyeball the exact same color. And then I still ran out. Yeah, I want some more of this matte in there. It's not flowing the way that I think it should, so I'm just going to add a few more drops to it. This is kind of like, it's like thinning it out. It's making it flow a lot more smoothly instead of like a toothpaste consistency. It's gonna be more, I don't know, just more liquidy, more watery. It'll go further, it'll cover more distance, it'll be more smooth, and that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I think that would be fine. Got like a big blob on here, and I don't know how to get it off safely. I don't really see it I hope everybody had a great Monday. For everybody that had school or work, I hope it went good for you. For everybody that got to stay home, I'm jealous. Mine was okay. Usually Mondays aren't too bad. I'm going to be getting a new responsibility at work. So, I don't know if I mentioned this on stream, but my team lead left. She gave in her 2 weeks notice and she's not there anymore. And they haven't announced a new team lead, and it's been a couple weeks, or at least a week. And I think they're divvying up some of the stuff that she did. So, I'm getting something new that I'm going to have to start doing, and I'm excited to learn it. I'm a little nervous that it might keep me from getting my other stuff done on time, but I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out. Okay, I want to get into some tighter spots. I'm gonna spray my paint down with a little water before it dries. Okay. I want to get in here pretty close, and this brush just lets me do it a little bit better. Gives me a little bit more control, which is what I need. I'm going around those tight areas right there. Let's see, Peter said, I loved it, the humor is so good. They have a warp tech. Oh, that sounds cool. They said it was an expensive ship. That's pretty neat. False ribs? No, I did not know that. You can't type, that's okay. I think I got it. No, I did not know that. Trying to get close to this building without messing it up. Okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I put a big glob here, and I forgot to do anything with it. Definitely need to do that before it dries, because that'll be really a pain. I can already tell that it did start to kind of do something. I forgot about it and I left it sitting there too long. It's okay though. I think it'll be fine in the end. I did think that I might have to do a few more coats of this red. Red is just kind of transparent and you can see a bunch of stuff under it. You can really see like the stroke marks and stuff like that. So I thought it would be a good idea to do a second coat. One thing that I think I've learned is that next time I think I would do the entire background first, then wait for that to dry completely, and then go over top of it with my stencil. Because it was a little tough trying to like paint around all the lines. So I think that's one thing that I would do differently next time. Just go ahead and do the background first. There's like a little black dot right there. I don't know if you can see it. I can't paint over it for whatever reason. It just keeps showing through my layers. Can't get rid of it. I might paint it white and then paint it red. Because I know I can paint white. I know I can paint white to cover up the red, and then I know I can go over the white when it's dry with red to cover up the white. We did that over here and you can't even tell anymore. It's a little trick that I did. his head. Maybe a little tough. I don't want to mess that up. Blend that out. So weird. Yeah, I did not know that about the ribs. So especially it's cross between diplomatic reaction station and tourist destination. Martin, hello! Kind of want to know what all the diplomats are doing all day when they don't know. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Everlasting Tear, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. We're painting Spider-Man. I'm touching up today. It's not all we're doing. I'm hoping to get it finished, so I have got a bit more detail work to do on him, on his like actual body and his suit. Hoping to get that all done. I think it'd be pretty cool to get this painting done today. I personally find it really relaxing. I enjoy painting very much. I had a lot of fun working on it yesterday, and I was like, you know what? I don't know what game I'm gonna do. Let's just finish Spider-Man up. But I am so hard. So I worked out yesterday. I think I talked about it a little bit on stream. I have a home gym in my basement, but it doesn't get as much use as it should. Sometimes I'll hop on the treadmill every now and then, but I finally used like some of the weights and stuff, and my body was aching. It was like, it's just so painful to move. I was worried that standing up here and painting was going to be hard, but it's actually not an issue. So that's pretty nice. I'm trying to like step back and kind of see the color, because I can see the difference of where I've been and where I haven't been yet with this. But it's also a little bit hard because when it dries, it changes the color a little bit. I think that's okay. I think that might be about as good as I'm going to be able to get it. Coming back here a little bit. Pretty sure I had touched that up, but... Oh no! Yeah, I think that's gonna be about as good as our background's gonna get. Okay. I'm gonna clean it off my brush. Clean off this brush too. It's really nice just being able to just use water to clean my brushes. Paint thinner can get kind of expensive after a while. Even if you buy it in bigger tubs at like hardware stores, which is what I was doing. And that's what I would recommend. Don't get it at craft stores. They're gonna mark it up. Get it at a hardware store. Just plain old odorless paint thinner. This is for doing oil paintings. With acrylics, all you need is water. So nice. You finally found a family stream. Nice. Well, welcome, welcome. I do have to say that sometimes I do play games that are mature, but I don't swear on stream. So, and I don't allow swearing in chat, so that won't be an issue for you. But yeah. So if there's ever a time if you come back and you might not be able to see the stream, it might be because I'm playing a mature game. Okay, just gonna wipe off anything that's wet. But welcome, thanks for being here, I really appreciate it. And is it Stefano? Is that how I say that? Thank you for the follow. Streamers Unite, thank you for the host. Sorry if I'm a little late on any notifications. I don't have any way to hear it. Where's my scraper? So I just have to sometimes look over and see. Right, now I'm just using a glass scraper to scrape off the dried paint off of my palette here. And then I've got a little trash can down here that I'm throwing all those little shavings away on. It works pretty good, but it's not perfect. Sometimes I really have to like get some elbow grease in there and make it work. How often do I paint on stream? Usually once a week at least. Normally on the weekends, but I think I might start painting more often actually because people really seem to like it. I really like it. And now that I have acrylics, because I was doing oil paintings, but now that I have acrylics, some of the supplies are a bit more affordable. And I can switch back and forth and stuff too. I haven't like used all of my oil paints. And I did get some more of it, the stuff that I was needing. When I got my acrylics, I went ahead and picked up some more oil stuff too. At some point, I'm gonna have to upgrade to a better palette. Do I practice other art styles? I haven't on stream. I've only painted on stream, but I've drawn for a really long time. Painting's actually kind of new. I've only been doing it for maybe like a year, I think. But this is actually my first acrylic painting. Normally I was just doing oil landscapes. Stuff like this, just oil landscapes. We did that for a while. It would be different stuff like that. Kind of, I got into like through Bob Ross. So I would watch his videos and I paint along, and that's how I learned how to oil paint. So I would make up some of my own stuff, and sometimes I'd have him on stream and I would just follow right there. Some of my best ones came from doing that. It's a lot easier to follow when somebody's telling you exactly what colors to use, and you can watch him and see what he's doing. Alright, I'm trying to do a good job of cleaning this off, because if you don't, some of the pieces can come back and pop back up in your paint. And then you'll have all these little like other paint flecks in your new paint. I think that might be about as good as I'm gonna get it. One last wipe with a wet paper towel. They introduced the whispers. Beautiful, thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you, Papa Chris, how are you doing? Happy Monday. Alright, I'm gonna quit fiddling with that. Okay, I'm gonna need black, I'm gonna need white. I think that's it. I think that's gonna be it. I'm still really nervous about doing all the spider web lines on him. I think I'm gonna, I don't know. I'm really tempted to just draw it on with like a Sharpie. Like a real fine tipped Sharpie. but I do have some detail brushes, so I think I should at least try put them to good use. Okay, so got our white and our black. I'm going to, let's see. I think I'm gonna use this bad boy right here. So I picked this up on Amazon, and these are some fine tipped brushes. So I'm gonna be using some of these. I'm just gonna pick one. I think this is my first time using this particular set. So one of them fell out. Since this is open, I think I'll just set it up here. Alright, I'm just gonna use this one. I've never used these before, so I'm not really sure which ones I should use for different things, but okay, let's see. Actually, this one's a little too thin. Let's start off with this. I'm gonna get a little bit of water, and I'm gonna go into black. I'm gonna get a little bit of white, but this needs to be a pretty dark gray. So I'm gonna keep it pretty dark here. Get a little bit more water. You're watching this on your iPad? Nice. Toasty bread, thanks for the follow. Alright, now this is dry, so I'm going to be able to rest my hand on it, which I'm going to need to do to be able to do this. I'm trying to be very, very careful. A little bit of a highlight right there, so I'm just going to get a bit more white, make this a pretty light gray. Should be okay. And just add that right there. Something like that. Maybe a little too light. Make a little bit more black. You can get a lot of different stuff off of Amazon. I mean, it sells so many different things. I wouldn't say that they have cheapest art supplies. I mean, you definitely can get cheap stuff on there, but you can get all the quality stuff. Gold, the paint brand Gold, is considered like one of the best. Amazon has it. To trace you out. I mean, maybe if I had like a picture of everybody, but I don't think I could match skin tones yet, so I think, I don't know, I don't think it'll come out looking good, and I would just be like nervous and afraid. Alright. I'm gonna actually clean out this brush. I'm gonna switch to my other one. And because I want this to be a bit flowier, more flowy, whatever. I'm gonna put a few drops of this just in the corner so I can dip into it to thin the paint out. I don't want to just use water, which is an option. Wow, this stuff really runs. I don't want to just use water because you also will lose pigment. While this will keep the pigment but thin it out. And by pigment, I mean like how strong the color is. Like if there's less pigment, it'll look more faded. When it dries, it'll be a lot lighter. You still want it to have its rich pigment, but I want it to be pretty flowy. I don't know, that's probably not the best word. Flowy. So I'm just taking some black. Just taking some black. And I'm mixing it with that stuff to thin it out. Okay, I'm a little nervous about this because now comes all the really fine detail work. So I'm gonna start over here on his hand. Bit of shading around the fingers. Even this stuff is dry now. Like, that's just how quick acrylic paints dry. These dry super fast. And let's see, his thumb comes kind of like down here. Squawks, hello! How's it going? Oh, I'm always ahead on YouTube. That's interesting. Okay. And I think I want to add a bit more shading right there. Okay. So I'm starting to add the webbing. And I'm trying to keep in mind the contours of the fingers as I'm doing this. So these wouldn't be just straight lines because the fabric is curving around the fingers. So I'm doing these at sort of like an arch. Isn't that bad. I think this is going to work out okay. It's just going to take a long time to do all these. I think I might have done his pinky finger a little fat, but that's okay. You can have a sausage pinky finger. Is going across, so these need to go like that. Like that. I don't know how much of this detail you guys are picking up, but I'll be able to show you. At some point. Can't tell if there's other lines going in there, so I'm not going to do it. Oh, and then we're going to move over here, so I'll get a good tip on this. Are you guys playing Words with Friends? I think I missed the top part of that, but it sounds like you guys are playing some type of word game. That's pretty fun. I wonder if anybody still plays that drawing game. There was like this drawing app that was really popular when it first came out. This was, you know, a couple years ago or so. The game would give you like, I think it would give you a word that you had to paint or like draw. And then the other person, I think, had to guess what it was that you were drawing. Draw with friends, maybe? Is that it? I don't know. Hopefully somebody knows what I'm talking about so I don't seem crazy. Let's see, a coworker at the animal shelter that I volunteer at, I think she likes me, and I came back to like, oh, well, I guess that's something that you have to think about. See if you like her back or not. If you don't, let her down real gentle if she says anything. Don't be mean about it. Some people can be really nasty towards people that have feelings for them. So these are just like a bunch of like little, I don't know, arches that I'm doing. So I did a bunch of straight vertical lines, and now I'm doing arches. So this is like just the webbing that's on the costume. I don't like how that goes. It dries so fast. Just to go this direction. I think I need water. This definitely would be easier if I just drew with a Sharpie, but I am determined to paint it. It's gonna take a while too, but I think all these details are gonna make it good. One arm done. Let's see, we have a game called Pictionary, which is exactly as you described. I've heard of Pictionary as like a board game, I think. I sound crazy? No! Toasty bread, yes, arts. Okay, Squawk says I'm not going crazy. I won't believe Squawks. Alright. I want to move on to the face. I think I should start up and work my way down because I like need to rest my hand on the canvas and I don't want to rest it on wet paint. But I'm really nervous about messing his face up because I think it looks pretty good. Okay, just go for it. Just go for it. I gotta be careful about these angles because they move around the head. The head is not flat, it's round, so these angles move like that, they show that. So I'm trying to calm these sort of down like that, I think. I'm gonna spray this. I think I put too much white on here. The white's already like, it's mostly as black as what I use. I don't know why I put so much white on my palette. This big glob of white that I really don't need that much of. I'm gonna use it at some point, but not yet, and I don't think I'm gonna need that much of it anyway. She hugs every time we see each other, and she wants my phone number, but I have not done it yet. And I gave her. Well, I guess you could just say that you like to, I don't know, just keep your work, even though it's volunteer, your work life and your professional life separate if she asks you again, and then you don't even have to go into it. Okay, this one comes down this, and then it like kind of turns where his neck is. And then he's got another one over here. This one's kind of wide. Comes down to his chin here. I think those are showing up a little bit for you guys. Oh yeah, I think we all get those emails. Oh, exactly. Just exactly what Martin said. And then it's pretty hard to see where this goes. I'm gonna just say it probably just goes like this. I'll just make it up. I don't see another one, but I feel like there probably should be. I feel like there's probably one that comes down the center of his face and goes down, but I don't see anything. There's like... there's kind of a little like shadow right here because of his nose. I just did that for my own reference. That's not going to matter too much right now for you guys. It does look like there are lines here that are going across like his neck. But let's see. This is coming out down. All the way over here. Then there's another one over here that comes out. And then I feel like that's a really far way for it to go, but it does. It goes like just all the way back across his face. Do what it says in the reference. Toasty bread, what do those faces mean? Wow, that's a weird dream. I had a crazy dream the other day. I don't remember it now. I used to keep a dream journal, but I haven't in a while. I just don't have the time. Like, I was getting up a little bit earlier so I can write my dreams down in my dream journal. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sleep instead. There with that. But I kept it up for like a little while. I knew that these lines were going to be tough and that they were going to take a while. I think that's a big part of why I was like kind of kept putting it off. And I was nervous that as soon as I did it, it would mess up all my hard work. Oh yeah, you guys can see it a little bit. I'm trying to like, I wasn't sure if it would show up, but I think it is showing up. That makes it a little bit easier for me. Your older neighbor was up to something and may have stopped you. That is my favorite cream soda. Virgil's cream soda. get it that often. They only come in 4-packs, and they're a little expensive as far as sodas are concerned. Just a bit. Let's see. And then there are several here that go like across the neck. I want to say that he probably has, I don't know. It's pretty hard to tell. I'm just gonna go for it. I think it'll still look okay, even if it's not like perfect. It's pretty hard to tell in the reference picture. So I think it'll look okay still. Like that. Yay, the face is done. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm gonna step back and take a look. I think he needs something up here, but I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll just go like that. And like that. Yeah, that looks better. What do you guys think of his face? His face is done. Toasty says, I like it. Thank you so much. Renee says, looks good. Thank you. I've already been thinking about what the next one I should do. I mean, you guys know I love superheroes. I don't know. Like, would you like to see more superheroes? Do you think it's a little boring to see superheroes? I was thinking about maybe I could do, like, a group one of, like, the Avengers. Like, all... It'd be a lot of work. It'd be, like, really busy. A lot of stuff happening. And I don't know if I would necessarily jump into that next, but I already think it would be, like, pretty cool. Okay, so looks like comes around like this. Something like that. Oh, Venom, that would be sweet. It'd be a lot of black paint. Batman, same thing. Eric, thank you so much. How are you doing? Oh no. I've got my laptop sitting right there. My camera's sitting on my laptop. My laptop's got my reference photo up. So that's what you're seeing me stare at this whole time. Okay. And I think this... Yeah, there's definitely one right here. Comes down like that. And there's one over here. Comes down like that. Okay. I'm gonna add. The way they're going. So hard to tell. I think that looks good. Thank you for the ice cream. Let's see. Where's my D-Live chat at? Whoop, right there. There we go. Thank you for the ice cream. I can't get that out of my head. It's what CGG says when she gets it. It's apple fritter. I'm just seeing your comment. With vodka? No, sadly. Catalina, thank you for the host. I appreciate it. And the 5 ice creams. I just stopped by to say hi before going to sleep. Well, thank you so much. Sorry, I missed those. when I went to go put on the music, it dropped my DLive chat behind it, and I didn't realize it, so I was missing everything. So if you guys are still here, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Eric says, doing well. Nice. Cora! Oh, that's such a great idea. Every time I hear the follow quack, I think someone got bleeped. Yeah, it's the default sound on DLive when somebody follows. And, I mean, of course I had to just keep it. I changed the other sounds, but not that one. Hope you have a great stream. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's going great. I appreciate the host. I appreciate the ice cream so much. Before I forget, because I'm sure I will, let me go ahead and give you a follow too. Here we go. Come on. There we are. Okay. Thank you again. Thank you so much. All right. More lines is. More lines. Okay, these continue. My brush is all wet. These continue to just come down. Is there like... No, there isn't. Okay, so this just comes down this way. I'm gonna say that there's probably another one here that can't quite see. Just makes sense that there would be one right there. So I'm gonna put it in. It's my Spider-Man. If I want him to have a line there, he will have a line there. Don't forget Super Duck. I don't think I know what Super Duck looks like. Nice height picture. Got progressively worse since she finally moved out. Wow. Okay, this is gonna come like that. This is gonna come over. That one's blocked. I think I want one right there, but I don't think I should because it's all blocked. All right, then there's another one right here. Like that. Okay. And let's bring our lines over. I think that one would kind of show up a little bit. Maybe that one would show up. I don't know. Whatever. I'm going to put it in because I want it in there. That's the only reason I need, because I want it in there. It's adding more water. It looks like me with a cape. Mixing up some of this black. Did I see everything you wrote? Yeah, that was a crazy story. I feel like, yeah, I feel like I would definitely be like pretty, I don't know. It would make me feel something for sure. I talk about everything and nothing. Toasty bread still hanging out? Okay, let's see. It's really hard to see what else is like happening over here. I do think another one comes down because it looks like something comes out right there. think the white emblem on his chest covers up the rest of that. Now for this one, it starts to just kind of come down. Like almost comes straight down his body here. I think I need more paint. It's a little tough. I didn't get quite the angle I wanted, but after it started to go, I just had to let it happen. Because I think otherwise it would have messed it up. How do these lines go? Yeah, they've still got an angle to them. Something like that. Pretty sure my white has dried out. Nothing I could do about that now, though. Okay, let's do... I'm going to do another one right here. I might get in front of the camera a little bit, but I want to see this angle. Let's do one. Just bring that down. Something like that. See, I want toast, but I am off of the breads right now. What about potato bread? Does that still count? Are you off all starches? I went out to hang out on the front porch, and she would come out at the same time. Once she yelled at me and tried to audio record it, but I never answered. That sounds... I don't know. I don't know if I could deal with that. Luckily, my neighbor is just my brother. I'm just going to go ahead and fill out the rest of these. Sort of just kind of making it up where they go, but I think it'll be okay. I think that looks just fine. Star Trek Discovery. I'm so behind on Star Treks. Reinhard, hello. How many hours are you into this? Let's see, what time is it? About 7 hours so far, I think, right? We did, yeah, we did a 3-hour stream to get all the flat colors, a 3-hour stream to do, all the shading, and it's been a little bit over an hour now doing just the detail stuff. Oh, everybody comes back to life. Yeah, and there's some shows that are definitely like that. It's like, how do people in this show defy life and death laws? I've been watching a new show on, well, it's not really new. There's like 3 seasons, but it's new to me. Been watching a new show on Netflix. And the main character is the devil. And I know that probably sounds kind of weird. But the show is called Lucifer. And so it's the devil left. So he's out in New York now. He left, you know, he's not guarding the underworld. He's not necessarily a bad guy. He helps solve crime. So it's like a crime show. There's like a murder that happens, like, you know, each episode, and he helps the cops solve it, while also, like, I don't know, being all sad. But it's kind of interesting. It's a lot of the same. It feels like it's just like, I don't know, it's like a police murder mystery show, like CSI or something, but one of the characters is the devil. I know that probably sounds really weird. But if you're looking for something to watch, you know, maybe check it out if you're interested. He's not like a bad guy. He just says that, you know, he just did what he did because he was told to, and he had to look after all the souls that had done bad, and you know, he admits that he had to, like, torture them and stuff, but that they all deserved it. They were all bad, and he just didn't want to do it anymore. Okay, yeah, Renee says I've heard of it. I just hope they don't cancel it. I get into shows and they cancel it. Yeah, like Netflix canceled all their Marvel shows. No more Daredevil, no more Jessica Jones, no more Punisher. It's because Disney is coming out with its own streaming service. But Disney didn't make them cancel it. Like, they still had, like, their contract and stuff. Not exactly sure why they did it. I hope I'm making these arcs the right way. I think I am. Okay. I was really into Daredevil, so I was definitely kind of bummed to hear that it got canceled. I really enjoyed that show. Just gonna add some shading here under this. I think it's like padding or something. Okay, and then I definitely want to add some definition to the fingers. So the thumb comes out like that and around. It's really hard to see the rest of it. I'm gonna get my face all up in the camera again so I can look at what his hand's doing. So it looks like this one kind of comes around. Something like that. just stuck with the job. It sort of did sound like that. And like there's this other angel that's like trying to get him to go back, but he doesn't want to. I don't know, it's kind of interesting, but I do feel a little weird like watching it and being like, you know, like rooting for Lucifer, because he's the main character. You do root for him, but regardless of what, you know, anybody might happen to believe with religion, since we don't really talk about it here, because people will definitely start fights over those things. It's just kind of strange in general to root for what is typically the bad guy. I think this will come around like this. Let's see. Something like that. At least with Hulu Plus, you can play to close out all the ads and stuff. I haven't used Hulu in forever. It's one way to get you to like the devil. But he even says, like, it's just so different. He goes, everybody's all like, you know, the devil made me do this and the devil made me do that. And he's like, I'm not responsible for people's sins. They make their own choices. You know, God gave everybody free will. I just have to punish the ones that use their free will to do bad stuff. I mean, he's not exactly like a great guy. You know, he's very selfish. He doesn't like lie or stuff like that. You know, he's just selfish. He thinks a lot about himself, but I mean, he's definitely there helping the cops solve murders and stuff, and you know, you do root for him. Let's see. Let's put this there. There. That's very true. Seems like people love to fight. Not me. That's funny though. My mom would say I do. I definitely have her stubbornness. My mom gave that to me, so she can only blame herself. I can be very stubborn. Sometimes I think that maybe I should have been a lawyer. Because I really like getting people to see things the way that I see them. So I think that, well, I think everybody has a unique perception. But I tend to think that I look at things differently than other people. So when I have a difference of opinion, it's not necessarily that I'm, like, arguing. I just want other people to consider what I think. My mom is the same way, so she just wants me to consider what she thinks. So then we're both just arguing all day. Let's see, and this, oh, too much paint. That'll leave horrible, huge line that I don't want. More black in there. Thank you for the follow, Devil Dog. Welcome, welcome. So many little tiny lines. I hope this this has been kind of cool for you guys to see this happen from beginning to end. The very first day that we started this, like, I know that it didn't really look that good, but it was all just matte. There was no, like, you know, shading, no definition, no values. And I was thinking, like, I wonder if everybody's going to think this is going to be really bad when I'm done with it. And then, of course, yesterday we came in and we did all the highlights and all the shading. Like, okay, look, there's more to it. And then today's all the detail stuff. You'd be an honest one, though. I would. And I think that would be what makes it hard. I feel like I would be very, very picky about the type of clients that I would have accepted. I don't think that I could have, like, just, like, worked for the state or something to where they appoint you people. Because I don't think I could ever represent somebody that was guilty. Like, I don't want to get guilty people out of being punished for the crimes that they committed. But I would definitely represent innocent people or work on the other side, do prosecution work to put guilty people behind bars. But at the same time, I would think I would worry as somebody doing prosecution, what if that person might be innocent? I think I would probably rather represent people that I knew were innocent or that I really believed were. I think that'd probably be the only way I could sleep at night. I could be a mediator or a judge. I feel like it would, being a judge would be hard. I don't know if I would feel right judging people. I feel like I would like to be in one of those conversations to see if you can move me to your side. I guess I'm not necessarily trying to convince people to believe what I believe, or I just want them to see that there's another side to it. And I guess believe is the wrong way, because it could be about anything. It could be about, like, what peanut butter is better, you know, crunchy or smooth, and I'm just like, you know, but maybe consider this, because there's an occasion where one type is needed over the other, so you have to agree that there's a reason that some people like this instead of that, you know, whatever. I'm just making this up. I can't think of, like, a real life example of one of these conversations I've had recently, but it would be something like that. See, the best art always starts as nothing, but a few lumps or scribbles. That's exactly what happens. You're right. No, I have not. I'm not sure I know what Phoenix Wright games are. Devil Dog, how are you doing over there? Hanging out on D Live. How's your Monday been? Choosy Mothers chooses Jeff. I actually really like Jif peanut butter. I'm not actually too picky on my brand of peanut butter, though. But Jif is good. Okay, let's see. Trying to think of how this curves on his body. I think it would just kind of come down over here. If anybody's confused about these other conversations that I'm having, I'm streaming right now on Mixer, YouTube, and D Live. So sometimes I'll be answering to comments that some of you might not be able to see. Peanut butter and honey, you know, I've never tried that. I do like peanut butter and bananas. I thought that was going to be so gross, and then I heard that Elvis likes peanut butter and banana sandwiches, so I made one, and it's actually pretty good. But apparently he would fry them in, like, bacon grease, or so that's what the restaurant says. That's, like, where his old house was. So there's, like, a restaurant there now, and they sell them. And I saw an episode of Good Mythical Morning where where Rhett and Link went to try all of Elvis's favorite foods. And that's what they said at that restaurant, that they would fry it, kind of like a grilled cheese sort of, in the bacon grease. They said it was delicious, Rhett and Link did. They said it was like the favorite thing that they ate. They tried that, and I think like a cola salad, which is like Jell-O with like cola in it. And then I think they had like chicken a la king, which I'm not really sure what that was. Thanks, Renee. If you like Lost, Phoenix Wright is an amazing game about a lawyer. It's mostly a hunt down the clues, but then you do a whole courtroom part where you present evidence. That sounds kind of cool. Devil Dog says, yes, grew up on PB and banana sandwiches. I was quite older when I tried it for the first time. It wasn't something that like we really did in my house. But I was pleasantly surprised, if I can speak. Okay. These kind of just go. Like that. Getting closer and closer to being done with all these little lines. What platform do I have the most viewers on? I'm not actually sure. I only have DLive and Mixer up, so I don't know what my viewer count on YouTube is. I have 7 people watching on Mixer right now. But I'm using a chat bot to see the chats on YouTube and on Mixer. It doesn't work for DLive, so I have to keep DLive up. And I've got part of DLive covered, so I can't see how many people are watching. I kind of don't really like to look sometimes, because it makes me like, I don't know, judge how good or bad I'm doing, and I don't think that matters really. Like, the numbers don't mean that I'm bad at painting or whatever, so the more I stare at them, the more I start to wonder. Like oh, only 5 people are watching. I must really be bad at this. Nobody wants to see me do it. Everlasting Tear, hello! And Better's here, what's up? How you doing, Better? Thanks a lot, Martin. Have a great night. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Get some good sleep. Have a great day tomorrow. It's really hard to come down here to the bottom. I don't have anything to rest my hand on. Ah. Me either. I try not to never look. Yeah, it's a little tough. I mean, curiosity definitely gets the better of me at times. It's really easy to look when you're just on one platform, because that's probably the only stream that you have opened, and you can just see it right there. It's like just right in front of your face. Let's see. This one is really hard to see. I'm just gonna do a couple of loopies here. don't know if that matches the other side, but whatever. Okay. I think I'm finally done with those lines. Oh, that took forever. I'm like, I need to like shake it out or something. Let's see. He does still have some more detail work that I need to do, but I think I can switch over to white now. Alright. I don't have a whole lot left, guys. Let me see. Yes, it's still wet! I don't know if you can see this, but I thought for sure that that white was going to be, like, just all dried up. But it's still wet. That's why you keep spraying it with water. That's why you do that. I'm doing pretty good, Better. Thank you for asking. Criminal Minds. Have I seen that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I've seen that one. Polar Plays, hello! How's it going? Let's see, I do at the start because I hate talking to myself. Yeah. That part's always tough. But you gotta do it. For anybody that is thinking about streaming or is streaming, well, not right now, you wouldn't be here, but don't just not talk in your chat if there's nobody there. Always, always keep talking, because if somebody happens to pop in and they see you just sitting there doing nothing, they are gonna leave. So keep talking, because if they come in and you're talking about something interesting, they'll come and say hi instead of just leaving. So keep that in mind. Always, always keep talking. And it's very hard, and it probably will make you feel very, very silly. But don't just sit there and do nothing. And I can even tell you, I've gone into channels, because I like finding new streamers. I've gone into channels with not a lot of people watching, and like, I'll just see a streamer just playing their game. And you can see them looking over. They like glance over at the chat to see if anybody's talking to them. But if nobody is, then they just keep playing it and they don't say anything. And then I just leave. I'm like, it's not up to me to start the conversation here. You are streaming. You are putting yourself out there. You need to talk to me. I'm not going to come in here and just start it. No, that's not my job. That's the streamer's job. So, pro tip for you guys. Nobody wants to watch somebody that's not talking. There we go. If you don't talk when you're recording, you won't be able to talk during the VOD, and nobody likes to watch that on stream. Exactly, exactly. Just perfect. Yeah, it also makes the stream seem more welcoming. Because it's really awkward to go in there and, like, I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, it's like your first time in there. You don't know that person. You don't know what to say to them. It's a lot more easy to just hop in if they're, if they're talking. You don't even really have to, like, worry about saying anything, like, profound or whatever. Just talk about what you're doing, talk about your day, talk about the game, talk about, whatever. It can even help you to come up with topic points ahead of time in case that happens, and maybe you're not the best at improving conversation. So maybe, like, talk about a show that you've been seeing, Might happen that somebody could come in and they've seen that show and they'd be like, oh yeah, I love that show. And you guys will have something to talk about. Renee, have a great night. I'm sorry that you have a headache. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your help modding. And really appreciate you posting all the links and stuff. Hope you feel better soon. Get some rest. Have a great night. So right now I'm just kind of cleaning up some of these lines here. But I've got some area where the canvas kind of still shows, and I want to get rid of all of those. And I think that's just an issue with acrylic paints, because I never really had that issue with oils. I think it just happens sometimes with acrylics. Give them a little highlight on the eye there. So like, I don't know if you can see really the detail, but like there's like just like white canvas showing where the paint was, and I need to fill that in. I don't want that. Okay, I'm gonna move on to something. Let's do our outline. Hopefully I can do a good job on this. I'm a little nervous, so I was kind of putting it off. Let's see. I thought that was like 20 by 30 canvas. Didn't see the other cam shot. Oh yeah. No, yeah, I've got dual cameras. This is only a let me see, 11 by 14, so it's not that big. Looks so good. Love your work. Thank you so much, Draconic. Or no, there's no C there. Dragon Claw. There we go. Figured it out. Thank you very much. Box Explosion. Hello and welcome back. Do you need a hard brush or a soft brush? It depends on the different things that you're trying to do. And I'm still really learning a lot about it. For this that I'm doing right now, I'm using a very soft brush. It's a detailed brush. It's quite soft. One thing that you have to consider is that the harder the brush, the more likely your strokes will show up. But sometimes you need that for a certain effect. It can be really good on like trees and bushes and grass and stuff like that, because you need those strokes to make it look like there's like leaves and stuff. Probably hair, and I would think fur. It would work really well on that too. But if you're trying for like a more, like something like more smooth, like, I don't know, like a fabric, you probably wouldn't want a hard brush for that. I don't think you would want hard brushes in your like your sky, because usually those are just, I don't know, really smooth and blended. But I have to say, like, for acrylics, this is my first acrylic painting, so I'm still learning. And what I know I've just done from my 7 hours of experience and watching YouTube videos. I can talk a lot more about oil painting as far as painting wet on wet, because I did that for over a year. So I have a lot more experience about the type of paint you need for that, the kind of brushes you need, that kind of thing. But this is still pretty new to me. Oh, this is like so difficult. I'm trying my best to get like a nice even line. Trying to connect my lines, make sure that it's going where I want to at the same time. I'm still kind of spinning this so that it still keeps like sort of a sharp point, because as I'm pressing, the like hairs are like spreading out. So if I spin it, it keeps it sort of sharp, and that's gonna keep my line more consistent. But it's tough. It's tough to do. It's hard to move it and spin it at the same time. The books are even weirder and jump around a lot. How about a little house on the prairie? Oh yeah, you definitely can find anything on the YouTube, I would say. If there's anything you want to learn how to do, check YouTube. I learned sewing. I learned everything about streaming that I know on there, and talking to other streamers. That helped a lot too. I learned how to paint on there. All of Bob Ross's old TV show videos are on YouTube. There's a Bob Ross YouTube channel, and it has all 32 seasons. So I would just, I got all the supplies that I needed, picked a video, and I painted along. That was how I learned how to paint. There's all kinds of like nutrition and workout videos, all sorts of like crafting stuff. There's stuff for instruments. There's so much on YouTube. Okay. The line really helps. I mentioned it a few times. I don't think I mentioned it today that there was going to be a white outline, but it really separates him from the background because he's red and the background's red. Even if they're different shades of red, it's still a lot of red. But the line really helps. It's kind of like in my owl tattoo. After the guy got done doing it, he's like, hey, can I add some details around the outside to just sort of break it out and make it pop? And I was like, oh, of course. And he was right, and it looks great. So I don't know. Got sort of long sleeves on here, but you can see my owl's pretty, like, it's a lot of browns and stuff, so he went in and added this blue details like around the outside there, and it really makes it stand out and pop. So that's just what this white line is doing. Okay, I think I need to add some water to my paints. Everlasting Cure, have a great night. Thanks for hanging out. Slow Bomb, thank you so much. I think we are going to be able to finish it today. I'm pretty excited. Alright, let's come down here. I don't know how to sign the paint. I guess I would just do it normally. I don't know if people usually sign acrylic paintings in paint or if they sign it in ink later. I wanna like come over here to do this, but I'm not gonna block you guys off. You can find anything online. Yep, absolutely. Okay. Hope that stuff is dry. I'm gonna come over here in case it's still wet, because I can touch over here. And I definitely need to rest my hand on there. I can't just have it floating. That's one thing that is nice about acrylics is I can put my hand on the canvas to rest it because it's all dry. If this was oils, I don't know what I would do. I wouldn't be able to do this because it would still be wet. And I would just be sticking my hand in wet paint and would get paint all over myself and then mess up all my hard work. That's why I didn't want to try this with oils. Because I just knew that if I was going to do like a character, I would want a lot of detail in it. I'd want it to look really nice. And I like that with acrylics, I can let it dry, or it dries really fast, and then I can continue. With oils, it would just stay wet for so long. It would be really, really hard, I think, to build up the layers. And I don't think, I mean, I would have to do something else besides the way that I've learned, which was like doing the Bob Ross technique, the wet on wet painting style. I couldn't do that for like this. I would have to learn a different way. I'd have to use a different kind of oil paint, I think. The Bob Ross paint style uses very, very thick, very firm oil paint, when I think traditionally oil paint is pretty thin and runny. There we go. I'm gonna come from this side. There we go. I want to finish up his head, but I'm worried that I'm going to put my hand in wet paint. So I'm just going to keep coming around this way. Let's let all that stuff dry. There we go. Orbital Odin, hello! How are you doing today? Bob Ross never painted Spider-Man though. Yeah, you're probably right. He's probably never painted Spider-Man. I put an image in your Discord pics. Okay, cool. I'll check it out. Whenever you have a time, let me know what you think. Yeah. I will. I'm excited to see what it is. I guess to be fair to Bob Ross, this is the first time I've painted Spider-Man. My mom would say, I definitely got my artistic ability from my mom. She used to draw a lot and stuff. She's pretty creative. I don't think she ever took up painting, but I remember her always saying, like, one of the things that she did to try to learn to draw people was she drew a lot of Spider-Man. His costume is so tight, you can really see, like, the human form. And that's how she would practice drawing, you know, people. So now I have painted him. I don't think I've ever drawn him before. She would also draw monsters. She would, like, make up monsters. I remember her, like, showing me an example one time. We just, like, sat down and she just, like, drew a monster in one of my sketchbooks just off the top of her head. And I was like, how did you do that? I was, like, so impressed. Definitely got my artistic abilities from her. But I would say I got my love for music from my father. My dad has, like, played guitar for as long as I've been alive. I don't remember, like, when he picked it up. But I played the guitar for a long time too. And sometimes I really think about getting back into it because I really enjoyed it. But I just don't think I have the time. That's one of the things that suck about enjoying a lot of different things, a lot of different hobbies, is because then you never have enough time to fully commit to any of them. Because, like, yeah, I could maybe pick up a guitar here and there, but it would be so sporadic that I wouldn't be any good. But for me, art is something that's always kind of come pretty naturally. I mean, it does take practice. I'll be the first one to tell you that. It does take practice. But I feel like with art, like, once you've learned something, like, you kind of learned it. Like, you know, once I learned about highlighting and shading, like, I learned it. And I knew that you need it, that it helps. But if I learned a song on the guitar, like, I could forget that song. I could forget that song completely and not remember at all how to play it. You do have to have a pretty steady hand, especially doing detail stuff like this. If I don't keep it pretty steady, then I can get this paint all over where I don't want it to be. And then that'll mess everything up. I was just wondering if you do anything from like Shonen Jump. I don't know what that is. Tell me about that. I haven't picked up my guitar in a while. I know, right? But I would love to. And I have a ukulele. I actually have multiple guitars because I was really into playing the guitar. I've got, you know, a traditional acoustic guitar. I've got an electric guitar. I've got several amps. Even like this really cool effects pedal. I have a 12-string guitar. I used to play a lot. I'd write my own songs and stuff and learn all my favorite songs. But I haven't played seriously probably, I don't know, in a long time. I think when I got into the Army is kind of when things slowed down as far as playing the guitar. And especially after I deployed. I mean, I went to Afghanistan for a year. I actually did bring my guitar with me, but it had to travel in a shipping container, and the heat kind of warped it, and it didn't play the same again. And where I was sleeping was like a big open area. I had like my own like little room, but like the walls didn't go all the way up to the ceiling, and people were on different shifts and stuff, so I didn't want to play and keep somebody else from sleeping or be too loud. I think this stuff is dry. I hope it is. I'm about to put my hand down. Got a little bit more detail work, and then we'll be done. Water. I'm gonna thin this out a little bit. Oh yeah, that's all dried. Where was I? Oh, up here. Okay. I'm just gonna spray some water. Is my music still playing? I don't think it is. Alright. I don't know when it stopped. Sorry about that, guys. Yes, continue. I can't hear it, so I don't know when it stopped. Hopefully it hasn't been too boring. Oh, that's an anime? Yeah, sorry. I enjoy anime, but I'm so behind on it. Like, I've only seen a few anime shows. I kind of don't know where to start. My friend got me into like Full Metal Alchemist. I really liked Inuyasha. That used to be on the Cartoon Network. So I used to watch a lot of Inuyasha. kind of it. I think I tried to watch Bleach, but I didn't get very far for some reason. I don't remember what happened. But it's the guy that does the voice for Bleach, at least in the English dubbed version, he played the Black Power Ranger Adam. And I have a signed Bleach shirt from him that I won off of Facebook. Facebook. He was doing a contest on Facebook. And I entered it and I won. And I got it sent out to me. I think I was in Africa at the time. So I've got that hanging out upstairs. Let's see. It's a manga anime. Depending on the artist, some of them can be very detailed, others not so much. Interesting. I definitely would like to watch more. I mean, I do like animated stuff, but I never know what anime to watch because there's definitely a lot of different ones, and some of them can be a bit more gruesome than what I would like to watch. I did watch Death Note. I thought that was really good. You can't hear the music? You still can't hear it? It looks like OBS is picking it up. I mean, no. If you can't hear the music, maybe I'll have to restart the web browser. No, come back. No iTunes. Oh yeah, I've heard of Cowboy Bebop. I know a lot of people love that one. I need to sit down and watch it. Let's see. Death Note was good. I held off on watching that for a long time though. I think I just watched it last year. I don't know what that one is after Cowboy Bebop. Well, both of those. I would try to pronounce it, but I have no idea how to do it. One Punch Man was short but funny. Paranormal Agent. Okay, those are pretty gruesome. I do know that Kira Kid likes anime. I bet he could give me some shows too. I've got this like, this is like just a big, that's all dry. Just a big chunk that did dry out. I'm like been trying to work around it this whole time. Uh-oh. Too big. back and fill in these holes where the color is showing through. I don't like that. I'm gonna have to do it with some of the other colors too. Looks like it's happening like over here in the blue and the red. I'm gonna hop in and fix that. Get some more water. Thank you, Overload, I appreciate that. Definitely been trying my hardest. I was hoping it was going to come out pretty nice, but I wasn't sure since I've never done anything like this. Really didn't know what to expect. Out and down. Something like that, I think. I think that's it for the details. Now I just want to touch some stuff up. I don't think I need that brush anymore. Okay, I'm gonna get some more alizarin crimson, because that's what that red color is. It's basically just alizarin crimson. Of course, there's like some darker areas and some lighter areas because of the shadows and the highlights. I'm gonna have to try to do my best to match it, but I've got some places that I want to touch up. And actually, I'm gonna get that little brush again. There's some stuff over here I want to fix too. Sometimes I can be just like a perfectionist when it comes to like artwork, and I'll just like sit and mess with it and mess with it and mess with it. And then nothing will really get done. This one's got some type of antenna thing. Something like that. Alright, what brush do I want to use? I still want to use a small one, but not that little bitty one. So I'm going to pull out something different. So I'm going to switch over to this brush. It's still pretty small. Be able to get into those little areas, I think. But it's not like a script liner exactly. Okay, so I've got red, and I'm just gonna be kind of very lightly touching up some of this red. You guys probably see me making all these like weird faces as I'm concentrating. I don't even know, I'm just assuming that I'm making them. Like I'm probably making weird faces. Better. One Piece was the show that I kind of trailed off into the sunset with an anime, but stopped somewhere. Wow, that's a lot of episodes. Just haven't got back around to picking it back up. Wow, okay. And that's One Piece. Yeah, I tried to get into Naruto too, but I just felt completely lost. I'm like, I'll never be able to catch back up, and there's so much here. So I just went and watched Avatar: The Last Airbender instead. And I know it's not an anime. I know it's an American cartoon, but it only has like what, 3 seasons, so it's much more manageable. hard to see what this is doing, but I know that these legs like shouldn't be touching.
I'm running away from this pain. I'm trying to find a new way where the sun shining down on my face. I'm running away. You're in a toxic relationship.
It's also like the curve of his body, kind of. Something like that, I think. There's all these like little bitty white areas of like the canvas showing through. Just want to make sure that I get all of those kind of covered up. Don't like it. Come on. There's like this weird, like, pointy hair on this. I wish I had my scissors and I could just, like, flip it off. I think it looks okay down here. It's up here where it's bothering me the most.
I'm trying to find a new way where the sun shining down on my face. I'm running away. You're in a toxic relationship. Time to be free.
I think that's better. I pulled out way too much red for that. I need blue. I don't remember exactly what color blue I used, so I'm just gonna guess. I hope this is like the right glue, but yeah, show up in there. So a tiny bit here. I'm just gonna fill in some of these white holes that are showing through. This bottom's area is okay. There's some up here though. Almost dipped back into the red by accident. I think most of this looks okay. It's like, it's still the red that's bothering me. Like up here, I can still see it. Some of the white. I really didn't need a whole lot of blue. I'm gonna go back into the white. Get some of this. Let's see. Most of my white, I think, is drying. That's okay though. Forget what's wet and what's dry, so I'm gonna do this weird angle here with my arm so that I can set my hand down. Go back into the red again. I know, I can't make up my mind about the red. I think I got it, and then I don't have it. it's safe to put my hand. I think I touched something that was a little bit wet. I have to go back over that black, but I don't see any other way to fix this. Hopefully I'll like that. I'm gonna go back into the black. That's what I just messed up. Alright, I'm gonna take a step back and look at this. I'm just adding water. It's not what I want. I want to actually add color. Mix a little bit of black and red together to get dark color. I don't like what that's doing. I think it's too much water still. I'm going to take a clean, dry brush. This is a little too firm. I want something softer. There we go. And move it around like how I want it to be. Oh yeah. I'll have to change it. I forget about doing it. Okay. I think I'm done, guys. Actually, I see something else I do want to fix. I'm gonna make this a little bit darker. Alright, I think we're done. I think we finished the Spider-Man painting. What do you guys think? Definitely a lot of like little details today. Grab it. So here we go. A lot of little details today. You can see like all that line work that we did. All over the suit. details today. So I can get that back where it's supposed to be. That's pretty close. So what do you guys think of Spider-Man? I'm pretty happy for my first acrylic painting. I think it came out pretty nice. Okay, that's really cool. Your client's Discord. Looks freaking awesome. Thank you. The ice watering down my soda. Alright, I think all that's left is the signature. I usually sign in blue because that's my favorite color. Don't think that's really gonna work with this. I don't know if blue would really show up the way I want to. So I think instead, I think I'm gonna sign in white, which is my backup color. So let's see if I can get some white here. I'm just gonna sign right up here. Doing like this weird squat, sorry guys. And what is it, 2019? There we go. 2019. I started putting the dates on it so that if I ever wanted to know, like, oh, when did I paint this? There's the date on it. Oh wow! I missed it. Doug Jr. says a masterpiece. Thank you so much, Doug. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna redo it since I missed it. I feel like it probably went up when I was signing my name or something. But here we go. Come on, Streamlabs. Did I misclick? It won't repeat. I don't know why. Thank you so much, though, Jack Jr. And thank you, Orbital Odin, for pointing that out. Since I missed it, I'm like looking at the wrong camera. Thank you so much for pointing that out. Oh, wow. I appreciate that so much, Jack Jr. I'm gonna get your name. I think all my books are over here. Okay, we are gonna get your name on one of these right now. Here we go, and I don't know if I'll put it on this one. I can aim with this one. I've got all of these hung up. I just set it on my desk. I've got all of those hung up right by all my green trees, but thank you so much. That means so much to me, especially because like I had to go out and get all the painting supplies to do all this. I really appreciate it very much. I do not at all think that I deserve tips like this. You have been very generous, well, kind of since the beginning, which is just, I don't know. Just thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I can't do stuff like this without my sponsors, you know, and people like you, Deck, because I don't have the money to pay for all the supplies, to pay for the games and stuff like that, and it helps. That's why I've been able to upgrade this stuff in my studio, you know, my extra monitors, my extra cameras. That's why I can do the dual camera thing, because of, you know, just these selfless donations and tips that just allow me to upgrade my setup, that I can just try to provide the best content for you guys, and it really means so much to me. So just thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's wonderful. You're wonderful. Okay, it looks like, yeah, there we go. It finally went through. No, that was a new one. That was a new one. Oh my goodness. I thought it finally repeated. That was a new one. Dachino, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna get another clover for you. I had to go around my desk to get him. Dylan is sitting on my chair, and I think he thought I was coming over to pet him. He just started like waggling his tail and stuff. I'm like, sorry, I'm not actually coming to hang out with you. Okay, we're getting your name on another one right there. Thank you so much. I can't believe that. I thought it had finally gone through and displayed for a second time, but I looked over and they had a whole new message. So the first one said a masterpiece, the second one said you're so creative. Wow, I can't believe that. I think it has been a little while. Let's see. I'm gonna have to change scenes because I'm gonna throw some pizza your way. So this is gonna be a little weird. And thank you for the follow on DLive. I don't know how to say that. I'll just say MST. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're gonna switch over so I can throw some pizza in your face. The first one's gonna lag, I think, if it plays. Is it gonna play? Where's my pizza? It's not playing. Where's my GIF at? Not playing. It's always worked before. Okay, I'm gonna take it out of studio. Maybe that will help. No, let's try. Okay, let's try now. Pizza? There we go. Pizza finally worked. It won't work in studio mode. Okay, I'm gonna do it a couple more times because that first one's always a little laggy, and I mean, you hit me twice. So here we go. Sorry you guys don't like pineapple on your pizza. I love it. So there's pineapple on the pizza. And just for fun, let's have a good old food fight. Get all the pizzas for you. Alright. Let's go back. Go back over to painting. Ah! I threw a piece at you one more time. That would kind of scare me. Yes, Bob Ross did pass away. I think it was somewhere in the 90s. I don't know if it was cancer, but he had something and he passed away. Some kind of audio glitch going on. Okay, I'll have to go back and check that out. Okay, so it was the pizza fight, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'll go back and test that out. Let's see. It's 8:30, it's a little bit early. Eric says I like pineapple on my pizza too. Not ham though. Well, I don't get ham either. I usually get pineapple, black olives. That's my go-to. But sometimes I'll take a good old veggie pizza. I don't like the weird veggies with like spinach and like goat cheese. That's too much for me. I'm not into that. Just the right ear. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll have to go back and watch it. I can't hear it, so I'm not sure what it's like. Salem Millet? Don't know what that means. Okay, the early 2000s. Okay. Yeah. He had started, I think, a different show. It was like a kids show, and he only like showed up for one episode. he definitely was getting pretty sick. And the sad thing is like he had lost his wife like a year or two earlier than that. But I mean, he did 32 seasons of his show, The Joy of Painting, and they did them all for free. They never paid him for a single episode. He would film a whole season in like 3 or 4 days. He would just paint all day and just film them and knock them out. But yeah, I mean, Bob, he did a lot for painting, and I really like that he's been coming back. Like I see all kinds of stuff, Bob Ross stuff in the hobby shop stores and stuff. It's really pretty cool. Guys, Spider-Man is done. I'm like still like texting. I'm still just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that. Thank you so much though. Yeah, okay, so Spider-Man is done. That was a lot of fun. I'm gonna have to find something new to do. I think this was a really good one to start off on. I didn't want to get too crazy with something, so I picked a reference photo that had a pretty simple background, and then I could focus on some details on the character. But there were some really good pictures out there that I thought about doing, but they had like all these buildings and all this stuff, like just like a lot of detail, a lot of color, and I was like, wow, maybe that's something I can do eventually. Right now it seems overwhelming, so I didn't do that, but I've been thinking about my next character, and I've kind of been considering Captain America. I know somebody who loves Captain America, and I might do it as a gift for her. But I still like the idea of doing like a big Avengers scene, but also that's kind of a little intimidating right now. And then other people threw out some really cool characters, but I like that this is something, this is something I can do for a little while. You know, somebody, I think it was Renee, she suggested Venom, which would be really cool. They'd be mostly black though, but yeah, it would still be pretty cool. And then I think somebody said Batman. A lot of characters. I think the ones where like their faces are covered will be the easiest for me. I don't know if I could really do faces where I have to worry about painting eyes and noses and mouths. I think that would be really difficult. So I like characters, you know, their faces are covered up. I don't have to worry about like, oh, this eye's smaller than that eye, so now his face looks all ruined. Yeah, I didn't have to worry about that. But at the same time, with the way I did like the sketch on it on top, it made it a lot easier to add on to it. But yeah, we finished Spider-Man. I'm really excited. I did what I wanted to do today. Did you see the news about my paper? No, I missed that one. He sold merchandise on the side. He made all his money. Yeah, he did. He did lessons. He taught lessons for a really long time. He would do that, and he would sell his own things. Oh no, I would not pay myself. I would be much too judgmental, I think, if I did myself. Yeah, Black Panther would be an option. Yeah, he's got a cool mask. I was thinking Wonder Woman, but she's no mask whatsoever. That's all face. I think you can see most of Captain America's face, but at least like the lower half. I think the mask does cover like his eyes and stuff, which might make it a little bit easier. I don't know, but it would also depend on the angle. Like, I didn't have to worry about making his left eye match his right eye because you can't see both of the eyes, just one eye. So that wasn't too bad. I'm a little sad. This was a lot of fun, but I can just keep doing more. I'm like a little sad that it's over, but it looks good, and I'm pretty excited about it. Slow Bob, thank you so much for the ice cream. Looks sick. Well done. Thank you. Let's see. I would say between like 10 and 11 hours, I think, is what we spent on this, give or take, talking to the chat and stuff like that. Somewhere around there is how much time we've got into this. I'm pretty excited. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. There we go. I really appreciate it, and thank you again so much, Deck Junior. Like, that just, your generosity just completely just blows me away. You, like I said, I mean, you've been a big supporter for, I don't know, for a really long time, and it really means a lot to me. It really, really does. And of course, I appreciate all my ducklings being here. Thank you everybody for all the follows tonight. For everybody on YouTube and DLive and Mixer, you guys are awesome. We are getting closer and closer to that 200. I'm at 130 right now on DLive, and I need 200 to officially be able to apply for partners. So if you guys haven't hopped over there and left me a follow, I'd really, really appreciate it. The closer we can get to making partner, you know, I'm just getting really excited. The benefits, I don't know, it would be nice. I feel like as DLive grows, they'll probably make it harder. So I want to get in there now before it happens too much, because like Mixer used to have different partnership requirements, but the site got bigger and they made it a little bit harder. And they've changed it a couple of times. So yeah, I want to get in there on DLive before they change it up. Yeah, I did see that. I saw that he got married. I think it was to that girl that was like his friend since he was a kid, which I believe that she was like in his Instagram a lot, and everybody kept saying that they were gonna end up together. And I think they finally did, if I remember that correctly. I mean, I could be wrong, and it could be just like some model. Who knows? I mean, people know, but I don't know. Alright, but thanks everybody for hanging out. I really appreciate it. You guys have a fantastic night. I will be back on Wednesday. I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet. I'm going to have to figure that out. But stay tuned on Discord and on Twitter. I post all my stuff on there. Oh, Dylan wants to come say hi. I guess bye. Dylan, hop down. He wants to come say hi to everybody. Get his face up. And there you guys can see it. He looks so silly. My baby boy. Alright guys, have a great night. We'll see you on Wednesday. Bye everybody.